actually, I think, one of the most informative let's get to this. Yeah, so I think last year this was like one of the most informative classes. Like I think he was like one of the best professors from a actually this is kind of actually why I like Agent, in my opinion, because he kind of like breaks things down to a T, and just like, you know, he's serious about his work, and it's just like, you know, he doesn't have to do the clickbait, a lot of the clickbait stuff as much as other people, which is nothing wrong with it, but I think he just breaks it down to the T, just say the things that you have to do and how you have to you know, bring more visibility to yourself. So let's see. Yeah, see, like he was talking about your hard work pays off, publishing more videos, contributing to your channel gets more views than usual. So yeah, he talked about this watch hour. All right, let's
take something away from this. So look, today's class is gonna be dope. I'm really excited because we learn so much creating content, and rarely do you get a chance to share it. We all have learned something from the videos that we've created. So I'm gonna share what I've learned. At any point, you guys can also try and share what you've learned. Take something away from what I'm going to say. There's gonna be some gems that's gonna help you elevate your content, no matter what type of content you do, okay? Type of I am, man. I like to start my classes with a little pop quiz. With a pop quiz, man. So we're gonna pass around some papers and just answer them honestly. It's okay if you're wrong. We're gonna help answer some of those questions by the end of this class. So chat, just so you guys can see the pop quiz. It's pretty simple. What is the best stream camera? The minimum viewers to stream full time? Most important metric for YouTube? Most important metric for Twitch?
Yeah, you see, I didn't even know when I first was watching this. I was just watching this as a viewer. Not to say like, you know, I was not as consistent with the stream, but I was just watching this as a viewer, just like, oh, cool. And then just it gravitated me more into like learning, understanding YouTube in general, because I was doing YouTube with my mom. We was doing the cooking stuff, as if you guys go and see, and just understanding the metrics. I didn't even know like all of these things that go into place. So, and as well with the streaming and stuff.
You guys got 30 seconds. Yo, Ray. Hey, man. Did you come to Streamer University to learn, or did you come here to socialize?
I'm gonna say.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. DCBB.
You're wrong.
That's right. It's DCBB.
You're wrong.
It's DCBB.
Holy smokes! Every answer was wrong. Every single one. You're 0 for. On God, yeah.
On God?
Yeah. So look, for the pop quiz, on question 1, if you wrote A, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, you are correct. You are 100% correct. It's way better. If you do phone streams, you know, Sony A9 is a photography camera, Ray. You wrote the Sony A9. That is a photography camera.
Yeah, well, so, you know, the interesting thing about this, like when it came out, I personally hate Androids. I do not like Android phones. But I understood that when you're streaming on the phone, you need that S5. I think S6 is out right now, so I think I do believe they did like a collaboration with T-Mobile, and then like I think Samsung has like the best, like, you know, basically how I see it is like Samsung you can unlock and do a whole bunch of bullshit. iPhones is like more like, you know, not as locked up, not like it's locked down, like, so you can't do all that extra shit. It's like PC to Mac.
Remember that from 5 years ago, my nigga. It's a $6,000 photography camera. It is not the best for streaming. For B, if you wrote, for 2, if you wrote B, you are correct. If you wrote B, you are correct. 50 is the minimum viewers if you want to do it full time. You just have to optimize the 50. So just because your viewership is not sky high doesn't mean it's not possible to do it full time. It just means you have to optimize the 50. For question number 3,
See, I need like sometimes people think that you get so overwhelmed you think you need about like 1,000. You know, you're seeing all the top people that's having 1,000, but there's a lot of people who average about like 50, 60 on the low, and then they're able to like, you know, maneuver and just like, you know, that's the baby step where you can do it full time and then just continuously gradual. I personally haven't got up to 50 yet. I did one idiotic thing which I didn't even know that you're not supposed to do. Was I was streaming a basketball game, and I got what is that called again? It shut my page down. I got banned for like 3 days or whatever the case. Was it like 3 days? But I reached I was able to reach affiliate with that. So a lot of people was following and watching, and I think my highest count view was like 190 or 180 around that, which was like one of the best times of me streaming. I was just like I was drinking that night. I was like, oh, let me just see the game, and I was just like, then everybody just started coming in, and it just like shit just blew up. Shit just went crazy.
If you wrote C, watch time is the most important metric, you are correct. That's law, YouTube law. Watch time is king. 4, if you wrote concurrent viewers A, you are correct. All right, so yo, pay attention. Okay, I want to do some basics because there's going to be some smaller streamers in here, but it's going to be a lot of stuff that's not basic. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll call you when I have a chance. Depending on your budget, okay, I want to say you could stream with anything. You could do a desktop stream with a fucking laptop webcam. On God, it doesn't matter, bro. Many of the biggest streamers from like Aiden, Kai, they all use simple cameras. Just like it could be grainy shit, it doesn't matter. People do not value quality when it comes to, if you stream in 4K, you won't get a single additional viewer as a result. I
agree. I use my laptop, my MacBook, and Osmos, whatever. Not Osmos. Yeah, I think it's like an Osmos digital camera that I bought. 1080p. Ain't go deeper than that.
I really want to clarify that because some people feel like the tech is what holds them back. If you're at a $1,000 budget, the S25 Ultra is the best. I think it's a little more than 1,000, but for a $1,000 budget. For a 2.5, it's gonna be this Live View backpack. It molds together different connections so that you have a stronger overall connection. It's more expensive, but you can connect it to a bigger body camera. So the overall price is gonna be a little bit higher, but it's going to be worth it. Now, if you're a big streamer, there's no reason why you don't get this one. I don't know how new it is because we just got it 4 months ago, but it's cracked. Like, it's prioritized data. I don't lag, basically, and it's so hard for me to lag. It's very hard, especially if you do a lot of IRLs. If you do desktop and gaming, obviously this stuff isn't required. I'm telling you, bro, I had a couple large streamers ask me yesterday whether 30,000 was a worthwhile purchase. It's your job, right? So like, we spend money on dumber things. Ray, for example, bought a Supra for $50,000. You get what I'm saying? So if you could buy a Supra for $50,000, you could buy this bag for $30,000. Feel me? I got an apartment for absolutely no reason, just to see if I'd like it. So keep that in mind. You spend money doing dumb shit. Why not spend money investing in your business, bro? I feel like we get stingy when it comes to shit like this, but then we spend bags on shit when it comes to luxurious stuff, Louis Vuitton, this, that, the third. This is what's important. Just remember that. All right, let's talk Twitch discovery. Who here streams on Twitch? Okay, we know Twitch has no discovery. It's unfortunate. It's really challenging to get new people to see your content. Unless they're browsing on the huge tab of thousands of other streamers in your category, and then why pick yours? You can't put a thumbnail up there. It's very hard to get noticed. So it truly is non-existent. The way people get discovered on Twitch is through other platforms. If you're big on YouTube, especially if you're big on TikTok. Do we have anyone whose primary platform is TikTok? This is your opportunity. TikTok is the best way for new people to see your face. You're going to transfer.
Yeah, you see, you know, the crazy part is when it came to TikTok, I was like so against TikTok for so long. Like, that's kind of my fault. And I was just like, eventually, like, I think TikTok was it when he was jumping on during the pandemic, and I was just like so against coming on TikTok, and that's my fault, because like even with the cooking stuff, we could have just like clip it up and just put it on TikTok. And even like Alex from one of my own boys, he was always like, make it short so people attention span, which I always hate because I just feel like you can't like to really absorb something in 30 seconds. I feel like is not like valuable in my opinion. Like you can't really absorb things in 30 seconds. Like people love that people love short form content, but I hate short form content. It's like, but of course you gotta do what you gotta do to get yourself out there more.
For those people over to your stream. So followers per hour is the only kind of relevant metric I've seen on Twitch. So just remember, like, you want people to follow. It's not a pointless metric. It's not an empty number. It's the only kind of relevant metric. I don't know how true it is because obviously I'm not an engineer, but many people have said that's how you end up right over here. If Twitch noticed a lot of new people is following your channel, they're way more likely, even if you're not being followed, to put you on the list of people over here, which means there's a form of discovery, even though it's very challenging, that exists. I would say like collabing, meeting people and stuff like that is super, super essential. This is as good as it gets, unfortunately. Maybe that changes one day, not right now. YouTube discovery. This is where the opportunity lies, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. This really, you could do 10 classes on this and not completely tell the whole story. So it's not, I'm gonna be summarizing a lot, but watch time is king. I'm gonna give you some examples. So 2 recent videos I uploaded to my channel, most expensive Pokemon card opening. This is what I would call a low appeal video, right?
Yeah, so this is actually very important, is YouTube discovery, because I'm still trying to figure out the metrics on how to get like super, like I'm doing good with my shorts, but I'm doing okay with my my TikToks, because I feel like shorts and I feel like YouTube is king, but I feel like shorts gets you a lot of views. It's not a lot of pressure, but I'm still like hovering. I feel like that over that 1,000. I haven't got. I don't think. Did I get up over 1,000 a couple times? I think like over like 14-ish. Or 17-ish. I think so. I could go check actually right now. Let me see. I'm still hovering over that, which is just like I'm still trying to figure out like how I can crack the meta. Because it's all about, really honestly, it's all about cracking the meta to this. Let's see. Let me see my content real quick. The highest short that I got so far. I think it's, from what I'm looking right now, is like 1,700. 1,700. Yeah. 1,700, I believe. No, I think I got one short that was doing like wild crazy. No, okay, cool. It was 8,000. That was like one short that I did back in January. Oh, I was yeah, 2,000. Yeah, in January it was going stupid crazy. But yeah, I think 8,000 was the most short that I had in for one video. So I feel like shorts also help you get to this people to discover your page, because it's quick, like I said, of course, and then you would tag your old video and bring it back to the long form content.
Even the thumbnail kind of insinuates that it's a reaction more than an actual opening. Like, people are getting a quick snapshot. You're one of 50 videos on a page. You're competing for everybody's attention. They could only click one video. This one didn't perform all that well. It did 57,000 views. This one, on the other hand, my reactions tend to do really well. Part of YouTube is understanding your audience. Something that does well for me might not do well for Ash. It might do differently for the next person. So you have to understand what your audience likes. If you're not going back to see what performed well, you actually don't care about growing. I'm being honest. If you don't go in your analytics every few days to see how your video's been performing, any adjustments you need to make, you don't care about growing. You just want to grow. What's that?
How you feel about like channel managers? Like,
it could work. It could work, especially if they have experience. But some channel managers are managing 8 channels. Then it's like a priority issue. And also, you just have to make sure they have experience. I think understanding appeal is super important. This is gonna sound a little harsh, but I want you to take this in a positive way. People don't really care. Even the way you consume content, people don't really care. Getting people to care is challenging. Getting people to care about you is challenging. Getting people to care about your idea is challenging. You have to create appeal. Streamer University has been getting marketed for like 5 months. He's been talking about this for 5 months. He's been giving us updates for 5 months. He's been hyping it up for 5 months. So when Streamer University happens, extreme appeal. The actual execution of it increased the appeal even more, okay? In comparison to an idea that flops. Understanding your audience, putting yourself in the shoes of your audience is essential to getting a good idea of what's gonna work. It's easy to find a crossover between what you like and what your audience likes. So many times I see people, oh, I don't wanna do that. And what? Nigga, I was uploading my GM videos for 4 years. You think that's the only thing I wanted to do? But that's what my audience needed at the time. I was able to make a pivot, there's strategy to that, into more general genres until I got a chance to just be as variety as possible. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some numbers just to give you an idea. This was my Pokemon pack opening. If you don't know, if you're not very familiar with these graphs, you don't care. And I don't mean that to be mean, I mean that to kind of be in your ass a little bit. You need to be very familiar with these graphs. You should see this and immediately know what it is. You should get that comfortable. After tonight, once you're done tomorrow, you should get in these graphs. YouTube is a good discovery tool. This audience retention is not good. Now, it's not good because it's 33% can mean anything, right? It depends on the length of the video. It depends on what channel it was uploaded to. It depends on the norms of that genre. There's a lot of variables. But for me and my channel, 33% is not good. Huge drop off. You can see like 30% of people left in the first 10 seconds of this. That means that the video is likely to perform bad because if people leave early, less watch time. Watch time is king. And then the other thumbnail you've seen, this.
Yeah, watch time is super king. So I don't care about anything else. Because I feel like, so going back to what you said, right? Like my best packaging was the food content, right? Sometimes the food content can't be presented out like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's more me and my mom, so we have to work accordingly to schedule and stuff like that to put some stuff out. You know, sometimes I'm working, sometimes she's working, sometimes, you know, yada, yada, yada. But I know when it comes to short, and I think one of my best IRLs, I believe, my first IRL's food content, I got a lot of watch hours from that. And I also got a lot of watch hours from the other food content we did. But I also pivot to trying different things and more related around food. So, you know, I'm giving a variety, of different content so people can have like, oh, okay, he's into this, he's into that, just like showing a little bit about showing a lot about myself, about the things that I do like and enjoy.
Was the reaction video. A lot lower lift. Keep in mind, the Pokemon video cost $1,000 to open the packs, right? This video was free. I was reacting to a license being interviewed by Brandon Buckingham. This video there's always gonna be some drops, but you see how it holds? So the audience retention, a lot stronger, 43%, average view duration, 20 minutes on I think like 46-minute video. To me, that's a good audience retention. This was one of the higher performing reactions on my channel. And this was uploaded 3 days ago. I think it already has like 300,000 views. I see another hand, what's that?
If you make one type of content and you want to branch out and feed your community new content, what would you say is the best way to do that?
We could talk about that. The strategy to that is super complicated. The best thing you can do if you want to do different type of content is to see what everyone else did. Let me give you an example. Back when I was making my GM content, if you guys know what my GM is, it's a game mode on NBA 2K. It's super niche. It's the one where you manage different teams and trade players and stuff, right? The only person that was able to pivot at that time out of that community and do park stuff, because the community for the park content, you know what park is? Yeah. That community was way bigger, was a streamer, a content creator named Lost Bound. I studied everything the nigga did. Every video to the T. I watched everything he did to learn how he went from my GM to park, and I did it. So I was able to do the same thing. So part of it is just studying. There's people that have done it before you. The likelihood that you're the first one to do it is very low. So you should be researching what other people around you are doing. So
I agree. That's why I watch a lot of the people who I enjoy and just try to like, you know, it's kind of like for example, when Drake was coming out, right? And sometimes I usually like to refer to certain things with Drake and Ye. So when Drake was first coming out, they used to say he had a sound like Joe Budden. Like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he did copy a lot of his flow, and then he eventually transitioned into a Drake flow. Now that's very unique to him. And the same thing like Future and Designer, they always had a like when Designer came out, he had a similar flow to Future. People thought that was Future. I thought that was Future. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually you just see Designer just going into like his own lane and just start doing his own thing, you know? So I definitely agree. Find somebody who you can mimic, follow, and then from there, like you just create your own lane, you know?
This was the watch time a few months ago on the channel when it wasn't performing all that well. Sorry, this is not the pocket watching class. We blocked the revenue. So the watch time is 3.3 million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up? To get people to watch longer videos, that's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel. The more I upload, the higher the watch time. The higher the watch time. So this is the number you really want to spend a lot of time focusing on. We made a lot of changes to the channel to optimize the content. And in a month's time, the watch time is looking like this. The average views per video is up significantly. The audience retention is up significantly. People are caring about the content a lot more. So I'm showing you to say 3.3 to 3.8 is not gonna blow nobody's socks off, but it was $20,000 more.
Wait, how did you go?
You get what I mean? So like, don't think about it like, oh, it's a marginal improvement. It's a very, very big improvement. It's a very big improvement. If you can make those month over month, imagine where you will be in a year.
Wait, how did you systematically do that though?
We uploaded more. We started doing recaps in the videos that were way higher appeal. So this is a whole different ballpark of trying to retain people's attention once they click on the video. We just made the videos way more interesting to watch for people that watch the content and for people that don't know me and just watching for the first time. We also focus more on converting subscribers for people that watch. We did that with the outro, and we did that with lower thirds, and we did that with better overall audience retention in the video. So that's a whole nother talk, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into that as well. Right now, when it comes to creating content, TikTok is king. The only reason people don't think this is
See, just like he said, TikTok is king. I think TikTok, and then it comes YouTube.
It's because you can't make that much money off TikTok, which is true. But you don't need to make that much money off TikTok. You need people to learn who you are on TikTok. All right? You're gonna funnel those people to the platforms you can make money, YouTube and Twitch. The larger you can get on TikTok, the easier it's gonna be for you to tell your audience to go to other platforms. One content creator I want y'all to study is Jinxie. Jinxie posts on TikTok all the time, and he finds sneaky ways to mention his stream or tell people to go to his stream in the middle of his shit all the time. Look for it. Like, don't see it as a viewer, see it as a content creator trying to learn. He is one of the best strategists. I don't even know if he does it strategically. He might just be doing it because he enjoys it, but he'll do like funny motivational stuff on TikTok. He'll go play golf or funny shit on TikTok. He'll do content and he'll mix in a reminder to go to where he wants them, his stream. I also mean TikTok is king because TikTok Live is now very, very powerful. If you say nigga, you will be blacklisted. If you don't say nigga, you should be streaming on TikTok the same time you stream on Twitch every single time. I'm being...
Yo, you know what's so funny? So on my Lexicon page, right? I can go live on Lexicon, but I can't go live on my regular TikTok page. And it's just like, I'm now like rewatching this. I'm now understanding when he was just like, yo, you should be going live on it. Cause like at first I was just streaming on Kick. Then I was just like, yo, it doesn't make sense because YouTube is king. I do feel like because YouTube is the worldwide. That's why speed is like the best in YouTube. Then I'm like, all right, you know what? I was watching a video when Academic got banned off Kick. So, and then it was just like, he was just saying like, yo, like I was stuck on one platform and after that I got banned. So now I had to, I mean, he was always on YouTube, but now he had to reroute, you know what I'm saying? So he just started going on everything. And I was like, yo, it doesn't make sense just to stream to one platform. It's better off to stream to every platform. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we got I can't I mean, I do stream to YouTube when I'm gaming or if I'm doing a cooking stuff, but I'm just more streaming like on, right now we are on TikTok and Kick, which is like, you know, Kick is free ad. You just go off the hours when you reach the affiliate and stuff like that. But I didn't even, like, going back into listening to this, I didn't even register in my brain.
Serious. So all my people that don't say nigga, put your hands up. Yes.
And another thing too, right? Because I've been so, like, you know, deep diving into this content, I've changed. It's like I try to stop saying like certain words, because like these platforms pay attention to the words that you use, and then it just starts changing. It's just like it doesn't promote you as much, you know? So
if they say nigga, the TikTok is gonna see that as hate speech, and your account will get shadow banned. It'll get guaranteed. So the reason I didn't, just so you ask, you might be wondering why I didn't mention YouTube. If you deal in copyrighted stuff, you react to sports, you react to music, you play games that have music, and you can't turn it off, streaming on YouTube becomes a lot more challenging. If your content's simpler, if you're a gamer in here, and most of your content is gaming, can I see some hands?
See, that's why it's easy for me to do the gaming on YouTube stream and the food content, because like the copyright stuff on YouTube is insane. Like they'll shoot you down like this. Pew.
All right, y'all opportunity is on YouTube. I should mention that. Co-streaming on YouTube is big because YouTube has discovery for the live and it has good monetization. There's a good video I'm gonna recommend y'all. Moist Critical uploaded showing the revenue difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can stand to make a lot more on YouTube if your content can fit with that platform.
No selling fees and it's super.
I just want to say, from personal experience, I stream a lot on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, and I post on YouTube, but none of my Twitch streams become YouTube stuff, so I'm in a live channel like you're talking about.
Yep.
And it makes way more than my Twitch, like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That might change the more your ads go up on Twitch. The more your ads go up on Twitch, it might be the case that your Twitch will make more than YouTube, but it depends on the streamer. Hold on, let's make it through a little bit more of the class before we answer questions.
Yeah, so a lot of the times, like this, I'll clean it up and then throw it on YouTube. I think that's more of my metrics that I've watched. Instead of just creating a live channel, it's like kind of, when you create so much channels and stuff like that, it's more like mine's when you go on, it's just like kind of like a playlist. So it's just like it's live playlist, and then we got the gaming, and then we got the other stuff and the food content. So I just try to keep everything there. So, but I think eventually, when things are just flowing at a different state, I'm gonna just put just create different channels, and it's like, you know, it'll be easier to separate everything.
Ideas, okay? Yo, I mean this in the nicest way possible. If you're struggling with ideas, you're gonna have a very tough time being a content creator. You guys are all very creative. Just because, nigga, I spend 3 times a week brainstorming ideas for hours. I have my strategies. Personally, I like to go on drives and play the Brand Food playlist on Spotify. Sometimes I'll lay in my bed, do my Wim Hof breathing strategies, and just brainstorm. It really depends on what you're into. Like, I have my preferences. You should be brainstorming all the time. I mean, all the time. At night, after every stream, me and my team talk. We talk ideas, we talk what's tomorrow, we talk what's next week. You should be brainstorming so much you have thousands of ideas. I'm
gonna give a shout out to Henny for this one. every time we speak, just an idea and just more motivation and just keep going and stuff like that. I gotta give a shout out to him for this one.
not exaggerating. I leave my ideas on a notes, and then on each of my notes, I'll have like, oh, Saturday, I'm opening Pokemons, I got reacts, and then I'm working on the backyard. We're doing some construction to the backyard. Sunday, we were supposed to bury a TV with Ray, and then we mounted Ray's TV. Monday, we got a slow-mo cam coming to the house, we got confessions, we got whatever. So this is what I do. So if you guys watch Kai's streams, you know he has a big whiteboard. He likes to put his ideas on a whiteboard. I'm saying that to say, you could have whatever strategy you fucking want, it just depends on you, but make sure it works for you. You're gonna have-
Yeah, because this is what, I usually keep this, let me see what I got on this before I show it. Yeah, I usually keep this this little notebook right on my desk every day. I literally just write out the things that I got to do and the things that I want to accomplish for the day or for the week. Depends on my mood, but I usually keep this right there. So even when I'm working, boom, my idea came to my head. Boom, my idea came to my head. Boom, my idea came to my head. So I definitely do take those things and just write it down and just follow these steps continuously every day.
Have an idea and the next person's gonna do it before you. That's tough. It happens. That's tough. It happens. So when you have ideas and you're passionate about it, jump on the idea, man. Don't wait so long before jumping on the idea. There's so many content creators that might jump to it before you, and you should be the first.
How do you get the creative drive to come up with an idea?
You should just always be doing it. You don't even need to feel creatively inspired. You should be like, oh, damn, at 10, I'm brainstorming. You know? For me personally, I like brainstorming with people. Sometimes I'll invite Caleb and Chris into the room and they don't talk, I just yap. And eventually my yap will trigger an idea from them, or I'll come up with an idea. That's actually the number one way I come up with ideas. That's how I came up with the Pokemon Go Marathon, which I'm doing in a few weeks. I'm really excited for. So yeah, very excited for that. So I'm saying that to say you can come up with whatever. You can have an app that helps you organize shit if you want to. For me, my phone is easy, it's accessible. This is what I do. I'm gonna show you guys some examples of streamers, just so you guys can do the same when you go home. Queso is amazing, bro. Queso started on TikTok.
Queso is a goat. I'm telling you, like, if people watch the things that he do in his story, is just crazy. 60,000 like I be watching this stuff like all you do is game. He probably like game like sometimes he'll game like once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week. Crazy number. He does crazy numbers.
He blew up on NBA 2K content. His personality was so vibrant, his character was so appealing that he was quickly able to transition that to streaming. He took that TikTok audience, as we were talking about, and he was able to transition it into streaming. And then he was able to take that streaming audience and transition that to the YouTube. He uploads every day, 600K, 800K, 600K. He's crushing it. If he's not making like $1 million a month, I don't know who the fuck is, bro. But you wouldn't think it though, because sometimes he's not in drama all the time. If you don't watch a lot of gaming content, if you're a gamer and you're not watching what Queso's doing, you're not trying. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. He is operating at such a high level and he does it so genuinely, bro.
That's how I found out about Queso. I was watching this, and every time I go on his streams, it's effortless. Like, he doesn't have to do much. No drama, no nonsense, no clickbait stuff. It's just chill and just stream and play video games.
Bro, I watch his streams all the time, sometimes to learn, sometimes because he's hilarious. I also want to say something that's kind of important here. And it's something that a lot of people wouldn't consider a science, but it's his face card. Do you see the thumbnails?
Yeah.
You could spot this nigga face from anywhere. You get what I'm saying? He puts his face on everything. It's so much easier for him. Maybe like his face is easily visible in every thumbnail. If you're on TikTok and you see his face, you know that's Queso. People seeing your face and that meaning something to them is very important. When they see Ash's face and they know, oh, he does this type of content, what do you want to be known for? Your face should immediately translate to the general audience as something you want to be known for. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not in control of that. All right.
That's why, honestly, a lot of these videos that I'm going to continuously making, just going to be strictly white t-shirt, lexicon hat. A white t-shirt, blue lexicon hat. White t-shirt, black lexicon hat. White t-shirt, I think I got a black, another wool lexicon hat. It's just gonna be really like the same thing all the time.
Canel, this is a little bit of a alternate pick. Canel did something really interesting most people didn't realize. This is his second channel, Eugene Dingleberry, okay? Most people grow their Twitch on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, the short form. He's growing it through YouTube. which is very, very interesting. He's pulling hundreds of thousands views per video on stream clips on his second channel that he's trying to convert over to the Twitch. I think this mode is a little less efficient than TikTok. That's why I think TikTok's king, but it's another way to do it. If you're primary on YouTube, the opportunity is there too. Any platform with discovery means you could be discovered, but then you could also have the power to send them in different directions, different platforms, stuff like that. Canel did a really good job. I feel like he's a very underrated content creator, and he's the one, I really wish he made it here, because I feel like he's one of the people that his content is way better than what people are currently giving him credit for. So shout out to Canel. Ludwig. Ludwig is a really, really interesting case. I was just in a tournament with Ludwig, and he drafted the worst possible team. We got fucking skunked 2 days ago. But he's a great guy, though. He does YouTube-focused streams. He'll spark his stream, mid-stream, start a YouTube video. Hey guys, welcome to YouTube video. Today this is a generic intro. His is gonna be a lot more optimized, but you see the thumbnail. Every part of this thumbnail is by design. This nigga is a master of packaging. He's a master of titling, he's a master of thumbnail, and he does a great job at cross-pollinating his YouTube and his Twitch. He had a YouTube deal for a while where he streamed on YouTube exclusively, and now he co-streams. So he's an example of somebody, including Jinxie, that co-streams, right?
Do you think my content is brain rock?
Say it again?
Do you think my content is brain rock?
Is your content brain rot? A little bit, yeah. Yeah. I really recommend you guys watch Ludwig because I think he's very intelligent. And he's a very good entertainer, bro. He understands the art of entertaining. He does a great job of putting together high appeal events that bring a lot of attention to him. And he challenges himself to a lot of marathons and interesting content. He has a very unique community, and it's hard to find communities like that. If you guys haven't already, please take a look at Ludwig's channel. He's one to study. He's one person you're gonna want to study. Viewers POV, this is important because as a content creator, sometimes you're so caught up in what you want and your passions that you sometimes lose sight of what people want. So just because you want to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, right? If you guys play game shit, can we get some hands in the sky? You stream games at all? All right, what type of games do y'all stream? Scum?
Horror games, sports, wagers,
Yep.
stuff like that.
What type of games do you stream?
Usually it's shooters.
Shooters?
Like, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals.
Okay, so let's do an example here. If you switched it up and played League of Legends because you wanted to, that's your right as a streamer. But it's their right to not give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it. Some people don't care. They'll do whatever they want. But in terms of good strategy, think about your audience. Like, they're gonna be like, damn, they watch because it's you, some of them. But it's like, nigga, I know I don't want to watch League of Legends. You know, even if it's my favorite person doing it. So just understand, put yourself in your viewers, your average viewer's POV.
Well, I do have a question because I actually have been moving away from that after doing the same thing for like 2 years now. So I'm kind of glad that you said that. What do you think is like the best way to like transition your old community into something new? Just to like.
It depends on what the new thing is and how different it is from what you're currently doing.
Okay.
You know, like if you're a COD person, transitioning to GTA 6 when it comes out will be pretty easy. They're both really casual games that casual gamers play. But if you're a COD person transitioning to fucking NBA, actually 2K might not be too bad neither because a lot of 2K players play COD. FIFA, then you're gonna lose some people. So just understand where your audience is. Even for my agency, I love y'all niggas, but there's certain games y'all not gonna watch me play, bro. Friends, this is very important. My mom used to tell me this all the time and I took it for granted. And now it's honestly the most true thing I've ever heard. Yo, bro, if you're around a bunch of losers, you're gonna lose. I don't know how else to explain it. Dead ass. You're gonna leave here, you're gonna go back to whatever city you're from, and you're gonna be around people. If those people aren't on the same pursuit as you, they don't have to be streamers. I mean, like taking life serious. Like if they're not trying to try, bro, you will match that energy, I'm telling you. And operators, people that are winning don't want to be around that. You are actively repelling away the energy that you're trying to attract. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Back when I wasn't making any money off streaming YouTube, nothing.
How are you finding the time to send over all these meeting notes?
I got a secret. I've been using Granola.
What is granola?
So it's an AI notepad. If you want to take notes during the meeting.
7 years I did this, $0, bro. Out of love, I just enjoyed it. I would still be doing it, obviously part-time, but out of love if I wasn't here with this opportunity. But I had friends. We used to get on Skype. RIP Skype in the chat. RIP Skype. We used to be on Skype. We used to talk to each other every day. Every day we would hop in a Skype call. I would mute and say, yo, I'm about to record a video. Boom, I record a video. I'll come back to the Skype call, play 2K with the guys, grind my players, shit like that. I was a 2K content creator. I was in my bag with people that was in their bag. You get what I'm saying? You could be around whoever you want to, bro, but you'll go in whatever direction they're going in. So make sure you want to go where they're going, bro. Okay, I want to do something special, all right? So
I totally agree with you. If you have a group of friends who's supportive and who just like also into the same thing that you're doing, it just makes things so much easier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys are just throwing ideas to each other like, yo, do that, or why don't you try this move, or why don't you try go here, why don't you know what I'm saying? So I do think like stuff like that is just always like, it's great to have a group of friends who just like always keep you on your toes, always motivate you, always like, you know, here to support and just take the time out to listen as well.
brands, I did a sponsorship in my pocket watching class with Weeble, and they loved it. But then other brands saw that, and they were like, bro, how can we get involved and help some small streamers? So can we put hands up if you've never done a brand deal before? I'm gonna have you guys stay after class because Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty wanna be your first brand deal. Obviously not the easiest decision to make, you feel me? Because it's not much time to do it, and there's only 3 brand deals to go around. Shout out to these brands, man. Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty. I'm not getting paid from this. They just seen people receiving help. There's been so much wholesome vibes, and I want to keep it going, bro. They're willing to offer $5,000 to 3 different streamers to do their first ever brand deal, okay? So I mulled it over with the chat, and the decision was Esty, Coach, and Kai. Can you please come to the front of the class? Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. Congrats.
W Coach.
So look. So look. We'll have a conversation about talking points, how to deliver them, and then we'll have some time so you can do that. Or maybe today, hopefully today, on campus. I feel like that'd be fire. So, I mean, which one would y'all rather do between Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty? Yeah, I like your, which one you want?
We'll let you choose first.
You can take Bays.
I'm gonna go Moon.
Okay, you wanna go Moon? Can you go Droptics? Of course. Absolutely, bro. I love your attitude, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll talk. I'm gonna get you guys contacts if you can stay back so that we can spend some time to go over talking points and how you guys are gonna deliver and stuff like that. I really wanna say a huge shout out to these brands. They just did it out of love. They know realistically the ROI and doing something on a smaller streamer is not gonna hit as hard, but they love the idea of opportunity and they love the idea of making people's dreams come true. So $5,000 is gonna be big, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that was like one of the best things that even now rewatching it just honestly sparked some ideas. Let me